Hello and welcome to this intro video all about SketchUp. My name is Karen McMillan and I'm going to take just a few minutes to show you what SketchUp is and how this one powerful tool is going to be the key to saving you massive amounts of money on your renovation or new build. So I promise you this is going to be worth your time. You're going to walk away feeling excited and inspired and driven to take action. So today I'm going to show regular homeowners just like you with conservative budgets but big dreams, the best tool for getting your dream home and avoiding situations just like this one from Ashlyn. This post is so typical of the ones I see all the time from frustrated homeowners who are making mistakes with their renovations and new builds because they didn't take the time to properly plan and test them out first before they moved ahead. This poor lady has only now, in her construction phase, found out that she doesn't like the blend of backsplash materials that she's chosen. And that's incredibly sad because this one mistake is costing her probably thousands of dollars when you add it all up. Just one mistake. And it could all have been avoided if she had watched this video and used the tools and processes that I'm about to share with you. So get excited because I'm going to show you how you can avoid ending up like Ashlyn. Now, right now, there are a ton of homeowners out there. You may be one of them who have worked so hard to save up a decent budget and complete a renovation or new build for your home. So you're probably feeling shocked and deflated when you see the insane estimates from designers and contractors. Or maybe you've renovated before and you had a terrible experience that resulted in maybe cost overages, time delays, and massive stress. And you want to make darn sure that you do not repeat your mistakes a second time. Or maybe you've never renovated before, but your home really needs the rework in the next few years and you don't know the right process to take to avoid being another one of the horrendous wild stories of renovations gone wild where the project goes 200% over budget and you're living out of Airbnbs with your kids and pets for months longer than you were promised. And the stress of it all is just eating away at your sanity night after night, worrying if you're going to be just like Ashlyn and be disappointed with your choices and need to spend thousands of dollars to fix the mistakes. If any of these sound like you, or even if you haven't even gotten to the stage where you've experienced these symptoms yet, then this will be the session for you, and it's going to be extremely powerful because you may be trapped in what I like to call the frustrated homeowner dilemma, where you're unsure how to move forward with getting the home of your dreams, so you're just stuck living day to day in a home that's just really not supporting you or the needs of your family. But today's session is going to unlock a new door for you, and the key will be SketchUp. So just before we dive in, I just want to make sure you're in the right place. This info session is for you if you want or need to do a major renovation on your home or build a new one entirely. If you have a tighter budget, so you want to DIY as much of the planning as you can in order to optimize your budget and spend as much as you can on your actual home and finishes instead of services that you could do yourself. You desperately need to avoid mistakes because this project is only happening once. And you know that mistakes can be your fault too when you make the wrong decision about your finishes or you don't think things through properly or make good strategic choices. And the mistakes can also be your fault when contractors and trades don't install things correctly because they didn't have the proper documentation from you or someone else to make sure that everything was totally foolproof. So in the end, it's your home and you're always at fault, unfortunately, because it ends with you and it's your money and it's your home. So the top priority has to be making the right decisions and avoiding all cases of rework because they're always expensive. So my purpose here today is to share the single best tool for renovating or building your home affordably. And when it's combined with my other course, Renovation Planning Academy, the duo really is the ultimate powerhouse for putting you in control of your spending because you can plan and test every important decision. And there are probably hundreds of decisions to make. So I'm here today to show you what SketchUp is all about so that you can use it to get an affordable home reno or new build project. Now, if you've never heard of SketchUp before, do not worry. In short, SketchUp is a computer-assisted drawing, which is an acronym for CAD software, that allows you to make 2D and 3D models of things, including home layouts, interior and exterior elevations, even 3D walkthroughs, which is what I love, about SketchUp. It's incredibly intuitive, it has a fast learning curve, and it will make your life easier very quickly, okay? I learned how to use it really well in just a few short weeks, and that means that you can too. So if you are even the slightest bit skeptical and think that this tool is going to be over your head, too technical, or only for people with special skills, dismiss those thoughts right now. Here is what does matter. SketchUp is a tool that will actually save you money and help you avoid those regretful, costly mistakes like Ashlyn's that will haunt you in your renovated or newly built home forever. Okay, I started teaching it inside my other course, Renovation Planning Academy, because I see people continually spending way more than what's necessary, making really expensive mistakes, hiring bad contractors, making last-minute stressful decisions, getting disappointing results, and overall just being miserable during and throughout the whole process. And for the most part, it's just because they just don't know any better. But as a lifetime project manager, I know it doesn't have to be this way. The right combination of knowledge, tools, and the right process is the key to getting the dream outcome for any project, including your home. And that's why Renovation Planning Academy is such a game changer. It walks homeowners through the process from making the decision to renovate right there at the beginning, all the way through to being able to start construction. Renovation Planning Academy is the real deal for homeowners who really want to do things right from day one. It's incredibly powerful and actively saving homeowners money right now. And speaking with the RPA students, I've learned that having even just the basics of SketchUp and being able to see their layout for the first time in a scaled, editable format is life-changing because they can finally see how easy it is to take control. They're telling me that it's the thing that they were missing, but they didn't know that they were missing it. It's the piece of the puzzle that has empowered them the most because it always seemed so intimidating before, something only super skilled architects and interior designers could do. And now, all of a sudden, with just a few hours of training, they're able to design and edit their own layouts like a pro. And they are loving it. They're loving how the tool is allowing them to understand their home like never before. They are also finally able to see things in a totally new way, and it's mind-blowing because of how quickly and easily it all comes together. And that makes sense because, SketchUp is a powerful tool used worldwide by interior designers, architects, structural engineers, architectural technologists, project managers like myself, contractors, as well as a host of other roles. And those are just the people in the home construction industry. Others use it for product design, engineering, really anything that you want to design in 2D or 3D. It's a professional tool, so it's designed really well and built to be intuitive and easy to learn, and that's why it's used by professionals, unlike so many of those other chintzy free tools out there that are clunky and annoying. There's a reason that designers don't use the IKEA kitchen planner, because those cheap tools all have major, major limitations. And so for you, SketchUp will be really powerful because it's the only tool you need for all of your visual documentation throughout your entire renovation or new build. It does the 2D layouts, it does the 3D models, it does the elevations, both interior and exterior, it does the lighting and electrical plans, and it does a host of other types of documentation that you can customize to produce the desired output needed for whichever audience requires it. This one tool gives you all the powers of an interior designer. But what does that really mean? It means that you can create documentation specifically for your custom cabinetry producer to show them exactly how you want your cabinets to look. You can draw with exact dimensions how you want your decorative wall moldings to be installed for your finishing carpenter. If you need to understand where sunlight will shine in through a new window or skylight at a certain time of the year in your specific location, SketchUp will show you that. It's crazy. You can create lighting plans that show which pot lights and other lights should be connected to what switch and where you want them all located with super precision. You can show the exact layout of your herringbone tile backsplash to show the grout dimensions and where your tile cuts are needed. There is no shortage of the amount of specificity and detail that you can provide directly to your tradespeople to communicate exactly what you want and what your expectations are. And this is not just, important to have, it's everything in a renovation or new build. It's this that makes the crucial difference between being thrilled with your end result and catastrophically disappointed. But you know what? Maybe you're not even there yet. Maybe that feels all a little bit overwhelming, so let's just take it back a notch. What if your only goal at this stage is to have accurate 2D floor plans instead of your hand-drawn sketches on graph paper that take forever to create and update for the multiple iterations that are required to find your dream layout? Because, there's a ton of iterations that go into it. Well, SketchUp is the best tool for that. You can whip up your existing layout in mere minutes, I'm not even kidding, and start playing around with the options until you find the layout that works best for your home and family. And since it's a tool that is actually used by architects and structural engineers, you can save yourself thousands of dollars by doing the existing measurements and elevations for your home yourself and just send them to your SketchUp files instead of paying someone else to do them for you. This was my first mistake when I started my very first big renovation. I paid an architect $28.25 to get a set of drawings done that I could easily have done myself if I only knew about SketchUp at the time. So don't make that same mistake. And just to highlight the risk of going directly to an architect without planning your own layout first, something that happens all the time is that homeowners engage an architect to design their reno or new build home. They spend thousands of dollars finalizing the layout, which, where I live, this would probably cost between $10,000 and $15,000 for this process. And then they present those plans to the builders and contractors, only to find out that they are nowhere close to being able to afford the project that was designed. Okay, this really happens to people because they assume incorrectly that architects can design projects according to a budget. And of course they can't. Here's why. First, architects cannot properly price out construction projects that other people are going to execute. This is because nobody can tell another company what they're going to charge. Like, I don't walk into Costco and declare to the staff there that, no, you're only going to be charging me $2 for this pack of toilet paper. That's just not how the world works. Companies get to create their own pricing. And reason number 2 is that, you could choose less expensive finishes or you could choose luxury finishes. And until you go through the process of choosing every one of your finishes, and there are many, obviously, then nobody else can accurately provide you with any pricing. This is why my other course, Renovation Planning Academy, is transforming renovations and new builds for people. It's bringing homeowners through a proven process where they can make the right decisions at the right time, and then only at the end do they engage professionals like architects and contractors or trades to start construction. This is the way that all other projects in all other industries get done without the massive cost overages we seem to see in residential construction all the time. In almost every other line of business, you can do the planning first so that you can be accurate with pricing and timing for the execution phase. So by learning SketchUp and creating your own plans, you can solve both of these problems. You can create your own existing and new floor plans, and you can use it to help you plan and document the rest of your design decisions so that you can design a project within your budget. It's crazy that I even have to say that, but it's the truth about what's happening in the renovation world today. It's happening right now. A homeowner just posted this last week to share that she worked directly with an architect to design a home. And we're only talking about layouts here. She probably spent several $1,000s to get to this point and then found out that the design will cost her double her budget to implement. So now, apart from having to go back to square one and pay the architect the same fees to do the same work for a smaller plan, she has to live with the disappointment of developing a layout that she loved and not being able to have it. Right? I don't want that for you, and I can honestly say that learning SketchUp so that you can create your own layouts and designs is the absolute best first step that you can take to plan a renovation or new build that you can actually afford. When you take the time to draw out the details of your layout in 2D and then transform those floor plans into 3D renders, it gives you the opportunity to truly see your interior space with accurate proportions, light, and finishes. This is the only way that you can really verify that you're going to be happy with your end results of your renovation. And I think you'd agree that it's better to validate that you made a good choice at the beginning of the project while you're still in the planning phase, rather than waiting until construction is done to see that you've chosen a grout that's too dark or that you actually hate the look of the black cabinets. There is no end to the amount of money and regret that you can save yourself by doing your own 3D render and checking that you truly love your choices before you spend thousands or even hundreds of thousands to execute those decisions in the construction phase. And here's one more way you can save yourself massive headaches and costs. Creating documentation in SketchUp for your team of contractors and trades removes ambiguity and confusion so that you get things installed properly the first time. There are no guesses about where you wanted the light fixture installed because there are accurate measurements in the drawing. There's no confusion that you wanted your flooring done in a either herringbone or a straight or other pattern instead of a more traditional linear pattern, perhaps, because you can see it in the 3D render. There's no confusion that the 36-inch cabinet that was supposed to go on the right side of the range is supposed to go there instead of the left because you can see it in the cabinetry drawings. So documentation gives clear instructions to the team, and it's a source of truth if something does get installed incorrectly. SketchUp gets things out of our heads and onto our screens and paper so that we can all look at the same documents and ensure that we are communicating effectively and that every resource on the team is on the same page, like literally the same page. And guess what? As an added bonus, it's ridiculously easy and addictive. Once you get the hang of it, which you will very, very quickly with this course, you're going to love it and you're going to want to play with it constantly for your renovation or new build. And I haven't even mentioned it yet, but of course there is a free version of SketchUp that you can use. So you can get started today with SketchUp 2D and use the free tool and get amazing, immediate results for very little out of pocket.